those are things that the system can pick out, that you just like plugged in something and you're talking something that's completely off topic. Hey guys, this is Steven from PTEpreparation.com. You've got PTE questions and I've got the answers. And in today's video, we have a question on the essay section. So our friend is asking, is there a template that allows you to score more than 79 plus in the PTE academic exam? Alright, so there is a template that allows you to score 79 plus. It's right in front of you and I'm going to share this with you. There'll be a link in the description that you can use. However, remember that your score for the essay section is not only based on the template you use or the structure you use or the format you use. It is based on how well you fill the structure that you're using in the exam. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to maybe explain to you why this structure works so well and what you can do to ensure that you make the most out of it. Okay, so the first thing is, like, when you start any essay, you want to structure it properly, and what the PTE Academic usually looks for is how well you introduce the topic, how well you talk about your main idea, and within those paragraphs where you're talking about your main idea or your supporting ideas, how well are you linking sentences within those paragraphs. So your sentences and your essay should have a logical flow from like one sentence to the other, and more often than not, they should be somewhat connected with each other. So let's look at an example. So this template is for when you ask for your opinion on a topic, or you ask to choose between two viewpoints. So say for example, the topic is television, good or bad, and in the introduction you say these days there's an ongoing debate between people about television and if it should be viewed as a positive or negative impact to society. While it is possible to claim that television provides a source of entertainment to people, my view is that the disadvantages outweigh the advantages. In this essay, I shall explain my point of view by analyzing both sides of the argument. So you introduce the topic sentence, you mention like that it's about television and whether it has a positive or negative impact, and you also told what your view is, you stated your view, and you also said that you're going to explain your view in the following paragraph. So you've given a really solid introduction in your first paragraph. Now moving on to the second reason, it goes on to say there are several reasons why television is considered to be disadvantageous to society. So now you're supporting your stance of why television is bad. Then one of them is that, so one of the previous reasons which you've talked about, you said that there's several reasons. Now you're like drilling down further into that and you're talking about what are the different types of reasons. One of them is that television can be a source of distraction in our lives, and so on and so forth. And after that, it's another point is it can also be argued that we tend to waste hours in front of the television. So in the first sentence you talked about there are several reasons why television is disadvantageous, and then in the following sentences it's like connected to the first sentence because you're elaborating on those different reasons. And it moves on further, and you also have an example where you can give a particular example. For example, some people spend all the time in front of the television instead of working on productive activities. Then you move on, it moves on to the next paragraph, which kind of touches about the other side of the argument. So those who argue for television have a different view and say that it can actually be a good thing. So these are the people who say that television is good. Firstly, it is claimed that television can be a good source of information. So the people in our second paragraph, we talked about people, our stance, and that we say that television is disadvantages, and we noted down different reasons for it. And in the third paragraph, we're talking about what the person on the other side of the argument say, and that their reasons for it. Again, note that the more emphasis has been given on the stand that we take. So we have about 3, 4, 5, 6 sentences for the stand that you take, and just 3 or 4 sentences for the opposite stand, right? So we are placing more emphasis on the position that we support and that we are arguing for in the essay. So yeah, we said that people have a different view. It can actually be a good thing. Firstly, it is claimed that, so you stated in the introductory sentence of the third paragraph what are you going to talk about. Then you've given your reasons for it. Firstly, it is claimed that television is a good source of information. Then there are concerns about people not viewing television to be unaware of current events and the latest news around the world. So again, you're talking expanding on a second point in that paragraph. Then we move on to the conclusion, which says, while there are strong arguments on both sides of the case, my personal opinion is that television usage is best avoided. So you're again elaborating that both the sides have good arguments, but based on what you think and your thinking, you say that television is best avoided and minimized, and you're also providing a reason for that, as we should focus on productive tasks is like a reasoning for that. So it's a nice sentence that's really well structured. I would strongly recommend that. Again, you're emphasizing on your point of view. I would strongly recommend that, and then you can end it with any sort of recommendation that is based on your agreement. So if you agree that television is bad, you need to give a recommendation that what people can do instead. So it says that I would strongly recommend that people view how much time they currently spend on watching television and see how this time can be put to better use. So you've also given some suggestions in your conclusion in addition to just giving your viewpoint on that topic. Again, like I said, this is the structure. So hopefully once you have an understanding of how this works, you can even use it in your own language and your own words. But I've seen that if people use it the way it is, they tend to do better. Again, it depends on how well you fill in the blanks with the content. You need to take care of grammar, vocabulary, spelling while completing the structure. So keep that in mind. It's not magic. It's not going to get you 79 plus if you have a very weak foundational English to begin with, and you're not filling the content accurately. It's really not going to work no matter what structure you use. All right, just keep that in mind. And just another thing to keep in mind is that be aware of using templates or structures where the entire sentence is just a random thing and it has nothing to do with the content. So for example, while there are strong arguments on both sides of my case, my personal opinion is that it is a very negative thing. So just anything like that where it doesn't talk about the content, those are things that the system can pick up, that you just like plugged in something and you're talking something that's completely off topic, and your scores can go down by a lot. So definitely be aware of using an entire sentence where you're only using some sort of phrase or something that you've pre-learned, and you're not really taking the effort to present an argument in the essay given. So you can't cheat the system in that way. Alright, so that was the free template. Again, the link in the description, make sure you download it. And in case you want 2 more templates, I have 2 more templates, which is on agree and disagree and problem and solution, which is there in my ebook and my full video course. I also have like 2 examples on each of those templates in my paid material, where so that in case you get more than one essay in the exam, you have some other structures to fall back on. Alright, I hope you found this useful, and there are also some other structures in the template, that in the guide that you will receive. It has the speaking section, describe image, and the retell lecture, and the essay template is on page number 7. So hit the like button, drop me a comment if you have any questions or just want to say hi, and I'll see you guys in the next video.